You know, it wasn't too long ago when Mazda had some fairly legitimate 4x4s in its lineup. The Navajo and Tribute SUVs and the B-Series pickup are the ones that immediately come to mind. But after Ford and Mazda split, the brand's focus became totally street-oriented. Off-road SUVs, though, have never been more popular than they are today. So introducing the new Meridian edition of the brand's latest SUV, the CX-50. But it's really only packing one key ingredient.
Mazda is in a tough spot right now. The previously announced CX-70 and CX-90 SUVs are still a year away. Its sole electric offering is persona non grata, and sales continue to slide month after month. The CX-5 is the only model it sells in any appreciable volume, and the CX-50, the newest Mazda, has yet to take hold. But it should, and likely will, because it has the resume, and more importantly, the larger look of an SUV American shoppers prefer. I reviewed it earlier this year and discovered a gap between Mazda's rough and tumble marketing and the CX-50's actual capabilities. But this tougher Meridian edition was on the horizon, and it just arrived. Mazda's ode to adventure seekers. Now remember, this is a company that designed its EV with only 100 miles of range, so don't start salivating over beefed up suspensions and such. The Meridian Edition's focus is where the rubber meets the road.
Having the right tire is critical to venturing off-road. So this all-terrain Falcon Wild Peak is the linchpin to the Meridian package. Downsized to 18 inches and engineered for unibody SUVs like this one, it's ruggedly constructed to prevent punctures, and it also earns the snowflake symbol, meaning it can do some light snow duty, even though it's not a true winter tire.
Turbocharged CX-50s typically come with 20-inch wheels, so the Meridian actually has a smidge less ground clearance at 8.5 inches. Still respectable though. i-ACTIV all-wheel drive proactively transfers torque from the front wheels to the rear up to a 50-50 split, and the off-road driving mode helps prevent drive wheel spinning. So the slippery park trails, muddy camp roads, and sandy beach paths are now more comfortably in play. Just don't go searching for items such as a four-wheel lock mode, hill descent control, or multi-terrain drive settings, because they won't be found. The Meridian does come with this snazzy hood graphic, a bit of garnish on the rocker panels, special headlight treatment, and black lug nuts. Not enough for you? There is an available package to kick it up a notch. The $1,235 Apex package bundles black crossbars, a roof platform, and splash guards. The platform can support a Yakima rooftop tent that sleeps two. Exclusively painted in this polymetal gray or zircon sand metallic with the attractive terracotta leather interior, MSRP of the CX-50 Meridian Edition is $41,620, and all come equipped with the more powerful turbocharged engine. All-wheel drive now comes standard on all Mazda utility vehicles.
My first day with a Mazda is always the same. I just don't like that artificial sweetener, if you will, called i-ACTIV that gives the car an unnatural feeling when you're driving. But then around midweek, I kind of get used to it, and then around the end of my loan period, I kind of understand why it is here. Now, for having off-road tires, the CX-50's drive is actually very smooth and premium feeling with lots of engine on tap. As for it going off-road, well, it's certainly no Jeep, but it will go farther than without the Meridian treatment. Now that being said, a comparably priced Jeep Cherokee really does have the goods.
The 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine produces 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque on regular unleaded, and 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet on 91 octane. Quite the difference. And with a semi-independent rear suspension and shorter final drive ratio than the CX-5, the CX-50 can tow up to 3,500 pounds as opposed to 2,000. But Mazda recommends using premium gas when doing so. When a trailer is connected, towing mode appears in the drive selections. With the ability to disconnect the rear axle when all-wheel drive isn't called for, and an engine start-stop system, the CX-50 nets 25 mpg, a 1 mpg improvement over the CX-5. If you've watched my original CX-50 review, this part is going to sound familiar. It impersonates a wagon from behind the wheel. The step-in height and seating position is unusually low for an SUV in order to accommodate the shorter roofline. The windshield is also squinty. Concerning infotainment, Mazda has one of the least user-friendly systems on the market. The mostly non-touchscreen Mazda Connect now supports wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which is an improvement for sure. But interestingly, that is the sole time when touching this screen is actually effective. Otherwise, it's stumbling around with this rotary knob. Unlike the Turbo Premium Plus I last tested, this Meridian edition is a couple of rungs down the trim ladder. So while this one has the panoramic roof, driver's seat memory settings, a height-adjustable passenger seat, and adaptive cruise control, it forgoes the ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, navigation, the Bose 12-speaker sound system, and satellite radio. So if you're more into stuff than trail tires, you'll find the Premium and Premium Plus trims to be more attractive. With the shorter roof also comes a little less passenger volume and reduced max cargo volume when compared with the CX-5, but with the seats upright, there's an additional cubic foot of space. No hands-free opening for this tailgate, however. There are remote levers for split-folding the rear seats, but where are the clever outdoorsy accessories, like a mud mat or a cargo organizer? The drive is commendable, the cabin quiet, and the looks worthy of attention. The Meridian edition might not go all in on off-road adventure, but it's a better buy than the slightly less expensive CX-5 and a bit more capable. For TopSpeed.com, I'm Steve Hammis.